Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about paired passages. Now we've been talking about these a little bit in class already, but now we're going to be talking about what does it look like on a STAAR test. Now this is new for 4th grade. This is something you've never seen before, and so we kind of have to understand how are these passages set up so that we can be successful. They're set up in a way that we really have to understand what we're doing, and so I'm going to model for you how to do the paired passage dance, which is a tool to successfully answer the questions. All right, so this is a paired passage that you could see on the STAAR test, and there are a few key factors that you need to look for to recognize a paired passage. So the first one is these instructions right here. We always want to read our instructions during the STAAR test because it's going to give a lot of clues about what we're going to be expected to do for the questions. So the instructions say read the next 2 selections, then choose the best answer to each question. So when you see next 2 selections, an alarm should go off in your head. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, you should really be like, okay, I know this is a paired passage, and I know that I can't treat it the same way that I normally treat a regular reading passage. So when you see the next 2 selections, you're going to do the paired passage dance. The first thing that you're going to do in a paired passage dance is you're going to label your passages and questions. So there's going to be passage number 1. Okay, so you're going to put a big number 1 at the top. Okay, our passage 1 is helping hands in this example. You're then going to flip until you see, so this is still helping hands. You're going to flip until you see the second passage, and there's going to be a title. This one's Fruit for All. You're going to put a number 2. Not reading, just looking for the titles. You're then going to keep flipping. Here's the end of the passage. Okay, I've got a box of instructions. So it says, use a book for Jonah, page 15 through 16, to answer questions 18 through 22. Then fill in the answers on your answer document. Well, if I go look back at the title, A Book for Jonah, A Book for Jonah right there, that is passage 1. So on these questions, at the top, I'm going to put number 1, because these go with passage 1. I'm then going to keep flipping. Here's more questions. Oh, here's another box of instructions. Again, instructions always give us a good clue of what we're going to have to do. This one says use Fruit for All, page 17 through 18, to answer questions 23 through 26. Then fill in the answers on your answer document. Okay, going back, if I look for Fruit for All, flipping. Fruit for All was passage 2. So back on these questions, Fruit for All, I'm going to put a big number 2 because these go with passage 2. I'm then going to keep flipping. Here's another question. Oh, right here, more instructions. This one says use a book for Jonah and Fruit for All to answer questions 27 through 30. Then fill in the answers on your answer document. That word "and" right there is your big clue that, oh my gosh, these are the questions that have to do with both passages. So you're going to put 2 big stars at the top, and you're going to write the word both. That means the questions that come after this, you have to use information from both passages. So we talked about synthesizing information, where you have to use 2 resources to come up with an answer. Well, these are the synthesizing questions, the ones where you have to use both. All right, you're going to then flip back to the beginning. We have just labeled the second part of the dance is you're going to read passage 1. Okay, we've got our big number 1. Read passage 1 all the way. When you get to the bottom of passage 1, you're going to flip to 1. You're going to skip passage 2, and you're going to answer questions 1. So this one, we're going to go 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Answer those questions. Okay, because they go with passage 1. After you read passage 1 and answer questions with passage 1, you're then going to read passage 2. Read all of passage 2. Then you're going to flip, and you're going to answer questions 2. So that's questions 23 through 26. Okay, so read 2, answer questions 2. After you have read passage 1 and answered question 1, read passage 2, answered passage 2, you're then going to flip to the both questions. And you're going to answer those questions that have to do with both passages. So that means on these, you have to go back to both texts to find help. So again, the dance. And we're going to memorize this, and we'll say it every time we do a paired passage. Read 1, answer 1. Read 2, answer 2. Both. I'm going to do that again. Say it with me. Read 1, answer 1. Read 2, answer 2. Both. All right, now, you're probably thinking, Miss Klingsig, why do I have to do all of that? Why can't I just read both passages at the same time and then go and answer all the questions? Because the questions are written purposefully. Question 1s and questions 2 are written in a way to try to trick you. And so they will make the answer choices extremely tricky, where if you were to read all of 1 and all of 2, and then try to answer all 3 sets of questions, you would probably get them wrong. So it's extremely important that you read the instructions, and when you see next to selections, you stop, you label, and then you do the dance. All right, let's do the dance one more time. Here we go. Read 1, answer 1. Read 2, answer 2. Both. All right, we're going to be practicing this many times over the next couple of months, but hopefully you guys are kind of excited about the paired passage dance and are ready to boogie on to success for paired passages.